Deputies corridor to take your questions. Shall we bring the first batch of deputies?
两位代表分别是
They
小
are
米集团创始人、
founder
董
and
事长兼首
CEO
席执行官
of
雷军代表，
Xiaomi, Mr. Lei Jun.
大家早上好。
Good morning.
海尔集团董事局主席、
Chairman
首
and
席执行官
CEO
周
of
云杰代表。
Haier Group, Mr.
大家好。
周云杰.
谢谢。现在请大家开始提问，
Now the floor is open.
请第一排央视记者提问。
First question, please.
谢谢主持人，中央广播电视总台记
Thank
者提问
you.
我的问题想
I'm
提给
with
雷军代表。
CMG. My question
雷军
is
代表您
directed
好，
to
作
Lei
为制
Jun.
造业的民营企业家，您
As
认为该
a
如何以科技创
entrepreneur
新
from
引
the
领新质
private
产业发
sector
展，
in
在建设制
manufacture,
造强
how
国
do
的道路
you
上，跑
lead
出中国加速度。
manufacturing through
谢谢
innovation?
您的提问。
Thank you for your question.
今年呢，正好是小米创业15周年。
This is the
过去
15th
15年的
year
创
of
业呢，
Xiaomi's
让我
business.
深刻
Over
地
the
体会
past
到，
15 years,
无论是传统产业的
I
转
have
型
felt
升级，
very strongly, no matter it is the transformation of traditional industry
都离
or
不开科技创新。
boosting the emerging industry, we have to embrace science-tech innovation. 5 years ago, we were determined to step up with innovation to further invest in core technology, and we planned at the time to invest in over 100 billion within 5 years, and now it has been 5 years and we have surpassed that target. This has led to significant changes in Xiaomi. First, with regard to the cell phone business, for 18 consecutive quarters, Xiaomi has been ranking top 3 on the global markets, and last year we sold 170 million sets of cell phones, accounting for 14% of the whole world. That is to say, out of every 7 phones, 1 comes from Xiaomi. At the same time, we are rushing to the premium market. The Xiaomi 15 Ultra is performing very well with a sales record that is far exceeding expectation. At the same time, the IoT business of Xiaomi is connected to over 900 million devices. All this shows that the global consumers, they recognize the value of China's science-tech innovation. 4 years ago, we got on the track of automaking, and we decided to get into the fundamental business and then truly devote ourselves in manufacturing a good car. And last March, we officially rolled out Xiaomi SU7. When it was introduced, it immediately got recognized by the consumers. As a newcomer in the auto market, within 9 months last year, we shipped 135,000 vehicles, and this is a small miracle in the auto industry. Meanwhile, we are bold enough to compete with the best competitors at the racetrack in Germany. SU7 Ultra broke the record of with the speed of with the time of 64 seconds, and none of this is possible without science-tech innovation. And we are using a super electric engine, which is SU8 engine, and this is the world's best engine in terms of rotor speed. And this is independently developed by Xiaomi and independently produced in Xiaomi's Beijing factory. I want to express my gratitude to the environment of Beijing. It is on this great soil that we erected as a big business. And in February, I attended the symposium held by General Secretary Xi Jinping with entrepreneurs from the private sector. I listened to his speech and I got so inspired with the private economy. Manufacturing is the foundation of China's economy. As a builder and beneficiary of the manufacturing industry, Xiaomi will remain committed to the path of science-tech innovation and high-end developments, and we will foster high-quality productive forces and apply the latest AI technology in our terminal so that we can benefit the vast amount of consumers with technology and contribute our strengths to China's modernization. Thank you.
请大家继续提问。请这边举手的人民日报记者提问。对，谢谢。
谢谢主持人。
Thank you.
人民日报记者提问。
From
周
People's
英杰代
Daily.
表您好。现在越来越多的中国
Deputy
品牌
Zhou
在
Yingjie. More
世界
Chinese
市场上
brands
响当当。
are well
那么海
known
尔作为
in the
中
world
国最
market.
早走出去的企业
As
之
the
一，对
earliest
此
Chinese
您有怎
company
样的
going
亲身经历
global,
和切实
what
思
is
考
the
呢？
experience
谢
of
谢。
Haier Group?
谢谢您的提
And
问。
what's your takeaways?
海尔呢是在
Thank
山
you
东
for the
资源沃土
question.
上成长起来的一个全球化
Haier
企业。
Group grew
我呢
up in
也是
Shandong.
1988年
Now it
大
grows
学毕
into
业
an international
就加入
company.
了海尔。
And
见
after
证了海尔
graduation in
全球化的
1988, I
过程。
joined Haier Group
总
to
结下来呢，
contribute to the
有三个
building of
关
an
键词。
international market for Haier
坚实
Group. And I think there are
创
three
新
keywords for it.
第一呢是
Win-win
坚持
results,
必
innovation,
创
and
出
persistence.
中国人
First,
自己的世界名牌的
persistence.
坚实。
We must persist in
海尔的国际
creating
化
the Chinese
之路
brand.
没有选择
Internationalization
呢
of Haier
代工
Group
那条路，
doesn't
而是
rely
呢
on the
坚持
OEMs.
打自己的主
Instead,
先进
we
入
are
发达国家
devoted to creating
再
our
进入
own brand.
发展
We
国
go
家
to the developed
应该说
markets
呢
first and then
这条路
developing
很难走
markets. It's
从
not an
1991
easy way.
批量出
Since
口
1991,
到
the
2016
mass
年
export
在海外市
started,
场
and in
实现盈利
2016,
我
we
们整
had a
整坚持了
profit
25
earned
年
in the overseas market,
但正是
and
这
that
份
takes us
初心的坚
25
持
years. Because
使
of
海尔
our
率先实现了
commitment to
从中
our
国产品
original mission,
到
Haier
中国品
Group
牌的转变。
developed
海尔呢
itself
已经连续
from
16年
just
蝉联
creating the
全
Chinese
球大型家电
products
第一品牌
into
市场份额
an
呢
international
高于第二
brand.
位
Now the
50%
market
以
share
上
ranks number
第二呢
2 with
就是
over
创新
50% of
科技
market
创
share.
新是一个
Second,
品牌
as to innovation,
能否立足世界的
scientific
关键
innovation
变量
decides
一个
whether
企
a
业
brand
要走向世
can
界 必须
have
锚
its
定
position in the
科
world.
技创新
So
这个基点
we must
不断的去
go
寻尖
all
儿
out to
拔尖儿
have technological
才能真正
innovation
的呢
in
成为
order to stay at the
顶尖儿
top.
那么海尔呢也是在这种情况下然后不
Under
断地
such
对标
circumstances, Haier
国际标准
Group allies
实现
ourselves
了
with
突破
international standards to
呃
make more
记得在
technological
2014
breakthroughs.
国际
I
电工委
remember
员会
in
上
2014,
海尔首次提出
Haier
了
Group
冰箱的保鲜标
proposed
准国际标准
the international
遭到了呢
standards
很
of
多国家
the
代表的反
refrigerators.
对比如说
Many
呢
representatives
中国不可
from
能
other countries
从零到一
were
制
opposed
定
to
一个
it
国际标准
because they believed that China could not make such international standards starting from scratch. But why not? Haier Group has been committed to independent innovation. So we raised many
最终呢在
innovative
2020
technologies
成功发布
about the
国际标准
fridge. So in 2018, we
目前呢该标准
successfully
已经被
published
英国
such
欧
international
盟
standards,
等
which
20
were
多个
now
国家和地区
accepted
呢
by
采用
20 countries,
那么海尔
including
目前呢在
UK
全球也
and
建立了
EU
10大研
countries.
发中心
We also
陆续提出
established
呢
10
200
R&D
多项
centers in the
的
world with
创新性
over
的原创性的
200
产品
original innovative
赢得了
products.
世界的尊重。同时呢，我
We
们牵头制
have
定
been
了
respected
100多项国际
by
标
the
准，
international
引领了
players.
全球
Also
家
now
电
we
的科技创新。
have
目前呢，中
successfully
国
made
也已
100
经成为了
international standards,
世界家
leading
电
the
创新
way
的
of
佼佼
home
者。
appliance
全
innovation.
球
China
每
is
10
also a
件
leader.
家电专利中就有7件
One in
是来自
top
中
of
国。
Home Alliance
第三呢是
patents
共
were
赢。
from China. Third,
与
win-win
融入时代
results.
融入当地
We must
实现
keep
共赢
pace with the times
那么
and
面
stay
对
localized
这
in
个
order
信
to
息
have
化
win-win
数字化
results.
浪潮
In the
那么海尔
waves
呢一项
of
高端化、智
informatization
能化呢和绿色
and
发展
intelligence,
融入
Haier
当地
also
文化
transitions
实现生态
itself
共赢
to be
比
a
如说呢
green
我
company
们在
and
法国巴黎
to be
推
based
出
on
的
the local
卡
culture.
萨蒂
In
互
Paris,
联
the
网酒会
Casati
不仅可以智能的
event
推荐场
of
景，
IoT
还与当地
could
的米其
promote
林餐厅
the
建立了食材的溯源联盟。
cooperation with
在非洲
local
呢，我们与
cafeterias
太阳能厂
and
家
restaurants.
开发了光储一体的冷柜，
We
不仅解决
also
了呢
have the
断电的问
storage
题，
capacity
同时呢
to
还开
solve
创
the
了
issue
家
of
电基础能源
blackout
站的
of
新商业
power.
模式。
And we set
正是
up a new business
生态共
model
创
of home
使海尔的
appliances.
海外市场份
It
额呢
proves
达到了
that such
53%。
ecosystem
中国的海尔
joint
品牌
efforts
得到
could
越来越多海
in
外消费者的
expound
喜爱
the market share
我
of
习近平主
Haier
席
Group
呢
to be
在
53%, and
2024
Haier
年5
products
月
were more
视察山
popular
东中
now.
指出
And during President Xi Jinping's inspection in Shandong province, he mentioned that in terms of scientific innovation and industrial innovation, Shandong has developed new quality productive forces and improved the modernized industrial system. And there is still a long way to go. Haier is the same. We hope to be the leader of the digital economy and intelligent development. We invite the users to be involved in the whole process experience. We also propose the ideas of steady growth and healthy growth. For 6 years, we have been ranking among the top of our kind in China. And as to the functional system structure, we have filled in the loophole in the international market. We hope to create ourselves with the international level internet platform to empower more companies to go global. In the future, Haier will focus on our strengths, especially in the intelligent home appliance, big health, and so on, in order to contribute to the brand building of China. I have to say that AI is the call of the era. There will be more Chinese companies creating more international Chinese brands. Thank you.
谢谢两位代表，谢谢。
Thank you to both deputies.
谢谢。现在请第二组代表。
Now let's bring the second group of deputies.
两位代表分别是
They are
江苏省南京市第一医院副院长
Vice
张俊杰代
President
表，
of Nanjing First Hospital from Jiangsu
四川省
Province,
马尔
Mr.
康市
Zhang
养护院
Junjie,
院长葛西王
and
母代
Director
表。
of Elderly Care Center from Marakang City of Sichuan
谢谢。
Province,
现在请大家开始提问。
Guxi Wangmu. Now the floor is open.
请远端的第一排举手的新华社记者提问，
First question, please.
谢谢。
谢谢主持人，新华社记者
Thank you. I'm with
张
Xinhua
俊杰代
News
表您好，
Agency, and my
看
question
病就
is
医
to
是老百
Zhang
姓的操
Junjie.
心事儿，人文关怀
To
在
see a
其中
doctor
十分
is
重
a
要。
great
请问您作
concern
为一
among
名
the
从业多
public
年的
and
心血
as
管病医
a
生，有什么体会可以和我们分
practitioner
享
in
吗？
the
谢谢。
cardiovascular field, and do you have any observations to share with us?
大家好，
Thank you for your
我是来
question.
自南京市第一医院的
Good
张
morning.
俊杰，
My name is
是一
Zhang
名心血
Junjie.
管病医生，
I'm a cardiovascular doctor
繁
from
重而细
Nanjing First Hospital.
却伴随着一份
I'm
特殊
very
的
much
体会，
occupied on a daily
那就是
basis, and
动
I
心。
have
在
some
我救治病人和履职过程
observations.
中，
I'm quite
这个词
emotional
以不
when
同
I
的
do
意
my
义
work,
出现在我的感受中。
so I can share with you
有
my
一种动心
feelings.
是来自我心脏手术时的动真心。
Sometimes I have to operate a surgery on
外院
people's
转
heart.
来
And
82
in
岁高龄
2018,
的危重经济
we
梗死患者
received a
刘老先生，
patient
当时
at
他
the
的
age
心
of
脏3
87.
根血
At the
管
time,
2
3
根完全堵死，
veins out of the 3 veins connected to the heart, 2 were jammed, and the only one
我带领
left
我的团
was
队 通过2
97%
次
jammed.
微创介入手术，
With
历时
my
5小时，
team, we
成功开通
performed
了3
a
根病变的血管。
mimically
术后3
invasive
天
surgery,
刘老康复出院。
which took us 5 hours, and
刘老
we
因为严重的心
successfully
力衰竭，
discharged
又
Mr.
一次
Liu
找到我，
from the hospital after
原
6
因
days.
竟然是他的心门坏
He
了。
came back after
刘
6
老的心
years
脏的后门2间半出现了严重的反应。
because he had some
当时刘老
side
已经
effects,
88岁
and
了，
he was having
他没有办
a
法
heart failure
耐
at
受
the age.
外科
At the
开
time, he was
手心脏停跳
88
的
years
换
old,
瓣手
and
术。
he
更加
could
不幸的
not
是，
afford
要给刘老置换
another
的
major
介入瓣膜，当时被国
operation.
外垄断，
and
办法
even
总比
worse
困难多。我当时毅然决定采用我
the
们团
technology
队
was
参与研
not
发的
independently
国产2间
controlled
半甲，
here in
通
China.
过微创介入技术
And，
心脏不停跳，
Then I led my
成功
team
为刘老
and
修复了瓣
successfully
膜。
introduced the
今年刘老已
mitral
经
uh,
92岁了，
regurgitation
晚年生活
technology.
幸福。
And this has been
每年
successfully
我带
applied
领我的
in
团队
the
在
clinic.
全
And
国开展
this year,
300
Mr.
多
Liu
台
is
微创
92
心脏
years
瓣膜
old,
手术。
and over the years, we have performed over 300 such operations. And the case of Mr. Liu is just a microcosm of our work.
落实
And
人
this
命
is
至上，生命至
what
上
we
这
do
一重
to
大理
put
念的
people's
具体体
life
现
in。the first place. and to cure patients.
那就是来自一名医生面对患者时的
I'm also
涌动的良心和人大代表
very
的初
much
心。
inspired by
我们在医院工
the
作，
dedication
每天都能
of
看
my
到很
fellow
多的患者
co-workers. And
拎着一
we
大袋子
are
沉
working
甸
in the
甸的胶
hospitals,
片
and，each and
东
every
奔西走，
day we
满
can
脸焦急
see
疲惫。
a great number of
那是
patients
他们在其他医院就诊
knocking
时
the
获
doors
得
of
的影
different
像
clinic
资料，
offices with their
他们想给就诊的
imagery
医生
and
更多的
documents.
信息，
They
当
want
然
to
也想少花些钱，少一
seek
些等待
confidence
的
from
时
the
间。
doctors, and they also want to spend
患
less
者
money
们长
for
途奔波，
better
小心翼
efficacy.
翼携
And
带的
they
这些胶片
travel a long
很
way
辛
to
苦，
our hospital
也很麻烦。
with these
但
imagery
是
documents,
他们提
and
供的信
it's
息量
truly very
其实是
difficult.
非常有限的。
The information that they
针
provide
对
is
这一
actually
难点
very
痛点
limited.
我暗下决心
And
一
because
定要
of
解决。
this,
2024年人代会期间，
I was
我提
determined
交的
to
关
solve
于
this
进一步
problem,
推进
and
医学影
a few
像
years ago
云胶
I
片平台的
submitted
应用
a
得到了
proposal
相关部门的高
which
度
is
重视。
to upload all the medical
Jiangsu
imagery
便
information
率先
onto
建
the
成了
cloud.
全省
And in
卫
May
生
that
健
year,
康
Jiangsu was
云
the
影
first
像平
province
台。
in China to
接着医
upload
生
all the
坐在电脑
medical
前，
imagery
动动
information
鼠标
onto the
就
cloud.
可以随时随地的
Following
调
that,
阅异地
with
患
the
者
click
的
of the
影像学
mouse,
资料。
we as doctors can
患者们再也
retrieve
不用
the
拎着一
information
大袋子胶片
of
到处
our
跑。
patients regarding medical
平台
imagery, so
建
they
成
no
以后，
longer need
据估
to
计，
carry
江苏省
their
全省全年
bag
可
of
以减
medical
少重
imageries
复检
and
查的
visit
费用
different clinical
约20亿元。
offices, and this
去年
has
11月
saved
份，国家
over
卫健委七
2
部
billion
门
yuan
也
worth
联
of
合公布了
repeated
关于进一步
medical
推进
checks.
医
And
疗机构
in
检查检
July
验结
that
果
year,
互认的指导意见。随着这些
a
制度
document
以及各方
supporting
面
mutual
支持
recognition of
不断的
medical
完善，
imagery
我
and
想
medical
在
checks
不久
was
全国层
introduced.
面
I believe
也将实现
in the near
通用
future
互认。
there will be such
到那
mutual
时，
recognition
异
across
地患者
the
就
whole
诊
country.
就能
And
更
when
加
that day comes,
省心、
if
省
you are a
时、省
patient
钱了。
seeing a doctor in a
这些
different
动听的感
jurisdiction,
受
you can
让我
save a lot
倍
of
感
money.
自豪。
So I'm
作为一
very
名心
proud
血
of
管病医生，
these progresses
把
as
心脏
a
手术部的搭桥
cardiovascular
和人大
surgeon.
代表与人民群众的连心桥
It is my
融合
great
起来。
pleasure to
这样一份初心
combine
和
my
动心，
expertise
激
with
励
the
着我
needs of
在
the
医疗
country,
技术
and
中
this is
不
what
断突破，
inspires me to
追求卓
constantly
越，
make breakthroughs
同
and to
时
seek
把人民群
excellence.
众的急难愁盼
Meanwhile,
梳
we
理
are
成一
putting
份份针对性强、
people's
惠及民
concerns
广
in the
的
first
意
place,
见建议，
and we
为
can
守护
compel them
人民
into
的生命健康
proposals
做出
and
更
then
多的
submit the
贡献。
proposal to the
谢谢
government
大
so
家
that we can make even greater contribution to safeguarding
请
people's
大家继
health.
续提问。请这一侧中国日报记者提问，谢谢。
谢谢主持人。
Thank
中国
you.
日报记者提问。
From China
希望我们
Daily.
代表您好，尊老敬老是中华民族传统美德。您作为一名
Showing
年轻的
respect
敬
to
老
the
院院长，
elderly
当
is
初
the
为什么选
Chinese
择这样一份
tradition.
职
As a
业？
director
您
of
又是如何
elderly
看
care
待和从
center,
事这
why
份职
did you
业的？谢
choose
谢。
this career, and what's your take
大
about
家好，
your
我是
career?
四川团的代表
Hello
葛西王
everyone,
木，
I am from the
现在是
Sichuan
阿坝
delegation.
藏
My
族
name is
羌
Gosi
族
Wang
自治
Mu.
州马尔康市养护院的院
Now, I
长，
am the director of the
已
elderly
从事
care
寄养
center
服
of
务工作
Markham City.
16年。
I've been in the
6
business
岁
for
时，
16
因为一
years.
场
When I
泥
was
石流，我
6,
失去了阿爸
due
阿
to
妈。
the mudslide,
我
I
是
lost
在
my
姑姑的抚
parents,
养和
and
党
I
和
was
政府
raised
的
by
关
my
怀下
aunt
长大成
with
人
the
的。
support
我
of
的成
the
长经
Chinese
历让我
government
立
and
志
the
回
CPC
报社
Central
会。
Committee. Because of that experience, I
18岁那
decided
年，
to
恰
return
逢
to
马
the
尔康市
society.
敬老
At
院
18
成立，
years old,
我
the
应聘成为
Markham
护理
City
员。
Elderly Care Center
当
was
时有很多
established,
人都
and
不
I
理解，有人说
submitted
18岁
my
的小姑娘
applications to
可没
become
什么耐心
a
和
care
细
worker.
心，怎
People
能照顾老人的吃喝
once
拉撒？
were suspicious
还有
about
人
me,
说
an 18-year-old
做得什么
girl.
不
How
好，
could I be
照顾老
patient
人
enough to
又
take care of the
脏又
elderly?
累。
Some others
但我觉
said
得
that
我没有父
it's
母，
really a
而这
tough
些老
job
人没有子
to
女，
take care of the
照顾
elderly.
他们
I
就是
said,
守护小
these
时候
elderly
的
people
自己。
had
我有
no
信心
children.
和能
I
力
would
照顾
love
好
to
老
take
人。
care of them, just like when I
工
was
作刚
young,
开始，
raised
我
by
就
the
遇到了
others, and I
难
have
题，
confidence
为老
to
人
be able to do that. I had difficulties, of course. For example, taking baths for the elderly people. They were not willing for me to do that for them. I thought about some other ideas. I used some skirt to put it on them, and after several times of trials, the elderly people felt my confidence, and I got more familiar with that procedure. I had a really good time. Every day I checked their rooms and do their beddings and do the cleanups. So time after time, it's been 16 years right now. Now I could change the light bulbs. I could do some DIY works. In 2019, the Elderly Care Center was reformed. I was appointed as the director. I thought about how to deliver higher quality services so that the elderly people could have a good time in the late years. And I collected some videos online to learn about the suturing embroidery. So I kept the learnings, and after some time, I learned more about how to better take care of the elderly people, for example, patting their backs and feeding them. And I also got many certifications. I took more of our colleagues to learn together. We also set up some classes like DIY handiworks, paintings, the operas, birthday parties, or even late weddings. When the elderly people wore the wedding dresses and take their marriage certificates, they beamed with a smile on their faces. With the government support, the center was relocated to new houses, infrastructure and facilities were improved, and together with the Aba Hospital, they had some joint clinic services. So health was ensured for the elderly. Another good thing this year is that there are some graduates with better educational background joining us, so we are more professional. This is the third year for performing my duty in this post according to the law, and I have once proposed for the development of the center, for example, calling for the social attention of the elderly care and have more forces to be invited to better improve the elderly care system. Such proposals were responded by relevant departments. As an NPC deputy, on my post, I will continue to dedicate myself with my sense of responsibility to bring more happiness and peace to the elderly. Thank you.
谢谢。现在请第三组代表。
Now let's bring the third group of deputies.
两位代表分别是浙江省长兴县梅山镇新川村党委书记张天任代表。
Xinchuan village from Changxing County of Zhejiang Province, Mr. Zhang Tianren.
陆军某合成旅营长张东旭代表。
And Battalion Commander in a Combined Arms Brigade,
大家好
Mr. 张东旭。
谢谢。现在请
from
大
the
家提
Chinese
问。
People's Liberation Army. Now the floor is open.
请中心设计的提问，举手的这位女士，谢谢。
谢谢主持人。中心设计者
Thank
提
you. I'm
问
with China
我的问
News
题呢，想提
Agency.
给张天任
My
代表
question is to
您作为一位
Zhang
来自
Tianren.
浙江农村基层的村
As
党委书记，在落实千万
Secretary
工
of
程
Party Committee
促
from
进乡村
a
全面振兴方
grassroots
面
community
有什么
in
难忘的经历
Zhejiang
吗？谢
Province.
谢。
Do you have some
谢谢这位
notable
媒
memories
体朋友的
in
提问。
facilitating
大家
rural
好
revitalization?
我是浙
Thank you
江
for your
代表
question.
团的张天任。
My name is
来
Zhang
自
Tianren from the Zhejiang
绿水
delegation.
青山
I
就
come
是
from
金山银山的发源地，浙江的湖州。
Huzhou of Zhejiang, which is
1998
the birthplace of the
我担任了
concept
长
of
兴县
lush
梅山
mountains
镇
and
新川村
lucid
的党委
waters
书
are
记。
invaluable assets. And
27年来，我
27 years
亲
ago, I
身经历
became
了
the
千万
Secretary of
工
Party
程
Committee of
给我们
Xinchuan
山
village.
城
Over the past
带来的
27
巨大
years,
变
I
化。
have felt strongly
绿水青山换来
the
了金
ecological
山银山，
improvements of
让我非常的
our
感慨。
village.
下面呢，我
And
想和大家
lucid
分享
waters
3个故
and
事。
lush mountains are
第
truly
一个
invaluable
故事，
assets. And let me share
千
with
万
you
工
three
程
stories. The
换
first
回了
is
绿水青山。
the 10 million
在
strong
上世纪
project
80、90年代，
has
我
delivered
们村里
lush
办起
mountains
了
and
不
lucid
少的
waters.
企
In
业
the，1970s
老
and
百姓
1980s,
富
there
了，
were a lot
但
of
是呢，山脱了，
town-based
水
factories.
变臭了。
People got rich, but
白衬衫
we no
晒在
longer
外面，
had
晚上收回来的
lush
时候，
mountains and
衬衫变黑
the
了。
water
为
in
什
the
么？
river is
上面都
smelly.
沾满了煤灰。
When you come back from a day's
老百姓
work,
曾
your
经说
shirt
我们是
become
住
dirty
在垃圾堆
with
上
the
数钞票， 有
coal
的纷
ashes.
纷搬到了县城，
People were
不愿意回来
counting
住。
cash on a pile of trash. And that is why many people emigrated to other places. And in 2003, under the auspices of Secretary Xi Jinping, Zhejiang initiated this 10 million strong program covering villages at the grassroots level. And I remember very vividly that Xi Jinping paid a visit to Tianeng Group, which is a local enterprise in our place, and he encouraged us to seek transformation with green development. And then the village committee determined to play the card of ecological preservation and achieve prosperity through ecological preservation. And then we got engaged in solving environmental problems. And we first started with garbage sorting to improve the quality of water and soil. And we also rolled out clean roads in the village. And right now, Xinchan village has taken a new shape. And look, large mountains and lucid waters have come back, and the residents are living in houses and villas, and they have their own vehicles, and the per capita income has reached 150,000 per year. And then we believe the green development concept has also led to prosperity. We need to pay attention to the outlook of the village, but also the inner prosperity of our residents. We have to increase the income of the residents. The leadership of the village not just hit the brake of pollution. We phased out some factories with high energy consumption. On the other hand, we are hitting the accelerator of green development, and we encourage village-based enterprises to get involved in the industry of new energy. And we also encourage residents to develop leisure tourism, cultural tourism. We have rolled out agri-tenant houses, and there were numerous such representatives in our village. And we also set up 3 village-strong companies with an annual income of more than 100 million yuan. On this basis, we have significantly increased the revenue, the collective revenue of our village, and they, in turn, injected a momentum to ecological preservation and to the prosperity of the village. And the third story I have to share with you is common prosperity. What is the reason behind such drastic changes over years? I believe we have to express our thanks to the strong leadership of the party with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core. And we have set up the pilot zone of common prosperity, and this is a grand mission entrusted upon Zhejiang province. And if you are rich as an individual, it's not prosperity. It's only when everybody is rich can we call this common prosperity. In Xiaogang village of Anhui and in villages in Zhejiang, there is this parent assistance program to jointly advance rural revitalization. At the same time, more than 80 enterprises in our village have brought on board, have empowered the revenue increase and income increase of 1,780 residents from 32 ethnic groups in China. In the future, we will further extend this parent assistance program, and we will clean together with all the ethnicities, just like pomegranate seed. And we will share with the rest of the country our experience of prosperity, so that we can truly share prosperity together. Thank you.
请大家继续提问。请解放军报社记者提问。
Thank you.
解放军报记者提
From the
问，
PLA
请问张东
Press,
旭代表，
my
您来自
question
基
goes
层
to
部队，
Deputy
是
Zhang
一线带
Dongxu.
兵
You
人，
come
能否
from
分
the
享您
first
带领
line
官兵
Army
练兵备战的
representative.
体会
Could you
感
please
受？
share with
介
us
绍部队
how
转
do
型
you
建
feel
设的发
about
展
their
变化？谢
preparation?
谢。
And what's the change about the Army? Thank you for the
我
question.
是陆军合成营的一名营长，
I
我们营
am from
是
the
一支
battalion
战功卓著、荣誉
commander
厚
in
重
a
的
combined
英雄
arms
部队。
brigade. We
革命战
were
争
a
年代，
team
参加
of
过
heroes.
260 余
In the
次
revolutionary
战役
years, we participated
涌
in
现出20个
260
英国
more
单位
battles.
和28名战斗英雄。
28 heroes
每当
arose from
新
this
兵入营，
brigade.
干部任
Whenever the
职，
new soldiers
每次
joined
执行
us
重大
and
任
the
务，
cages took
都要
their
到荣誉室
positions,
重温
we
历史传
have
统。
to go to our room of honors
走上营长
to
岗位那一
review
天，
our history.
我专门去了
When
荣誉
I
室，
became the battalion
看着先
commander,
辈
I visited
留下
that
的一面面
room,
战旗，
witnessing
官
the
兵
flags
新来
left
的一
behind
项项荣
by
誉，
the ancestors.
觉得呀，
And
肩上的担子
the
沉甸甸，
awards and honors
下
were
决心
obvious on the
传
walls.
承发扬
I
光荣
decided
传统，
to carry forward
抓好
that
训练，
fine tradition
带好兵，
and exercise
把营
on a
队
daily
建设得更
basis
过硬。
so as to develop the
这些
brigade
年，
into
我
a
们营
stronger
经历
one.
了
Over
从
the
步兵
years,
营到合成营的转型，
we had
也在
a
不断深化
transformation
实
to
战实训的
become such a
探索实
combined
践。
arms brigade. We have
每
been
年
deepening
我们
this
都参加
reform with
跨
new
区实力演
trials.
习，
Every year we would have the
从北疆草原
cross-regional
到南
exercises
国密林，
from the grassland in
从东海之滨
northern
到
Xinjiang
西部戈壁，
to the forests
足迹
to
遍
the
布大江
Gobi
南北，
Desert. We
大家
have left our
练指挥，
footprints in every corner
练技
of
能，
China.
练作风，
In that way, we
官兵们
practiced
夏练
ourselves,
三伏，
and the
晴天一身
soldiers
汗，
have
雨天啊
always
一身
been
泥，
doing the
冬
training
练三节，
despite the weather
战风
conditions
雪，
in
冻严寒。
summertime and in
虽
the
然训
freezing
练节奏
cold
快，
seasons
备战任务重，
with
但官兵
arduous
始终
tasks.
热情高涨，斗
The
志昂扬
soldiers。have always been very
因为大家
passionate
觉
about
得
the training
每一滴
because
汗
we
水
believe
都不白
that
流，都凝结成
their
了战斗力。
perspiration is going to be
让我印
repaid
象最深的是
because
当
they
营
could
长的第二年，
improve their fighting
参加
capacity.
陆
On
空
my
联合演
second
练，
year to be the commander, I
搭载
joined
直
one
升
of
机进
such
行
a
低空突防，
drill
当
for the
飞机
low
带着我们
altitude
越过
defense.
丘陵
The
山地，
aircraft
草
took
甸
us
丛林，
to fly
视野
over the
从地
grassland,
面
the
拉到了
mountains
空
and
中。
forests,
切换
and
的
we had a
是
better
战
bird
场视角，
view from up in the
改变
air,
的则是作战思维。
and we
那一
changed
刻，
our
真切
fighting
感受到
strategies.
合成部队
At
建
that
设
moment, I
插上了
felt
戏剧化的翅膀，
with first-hand experience that
作战样式
the
从单
combined
一
arms
到
brigade
联合，
development has some
从区域
new
到
addition,
全域，
and we
有一
could
种
cover
焕
a
羽
wider
新飞的感
area
觉。
in our fight.
近几
It
年，
felt brand
我
new
们
to
紧
me.
跟武器装
Over the
备
years,
更新
we
换代的
keep
步伐，
pace with
从
the
先进装备
iteration of the
高新技术
advanced
中
technologies
挖
and
掘战斗力
equipment.
新的
We
增长
hope to
点，
better
探
develop
索、
our
创
fighting
新、
capacity
信息加火
with
力、战法确保，
innovation and
不断提升
vitality.
合成作战
In
效
that
率。
way, we hope to improve the
我们还
effectiveness
参加
of
跨
combined
军兵种
combat.
的
We
联合训
also
练，
have the
陆
joint
军合成分队
training across
与海军战
different
舰、
army brigades.
空军战
Also
机
together with the
一起指挥协
navy
同作
and
战，
the
大家
aircrafts, we
相互
fought
学习
together
交流，
in the training. We
有一
learned
个
from each
共同的
other.
感受。
And we share
作战体系联
similar
合越来越紧，
idea that
作战力量攥指成
such
拳。
combined
实战能
combats
力
must
不断跃
have
升，
better capacity
我们保家卫国的
and
底气
more
更足
options.
了，
And
制
we
胜
are
强敌
more
的信心
confident about
也更
defending
强了。
our homeland.
脚踏祖国大地，
Stepping on the soil
万里
of
河
our
山，
homeland,
每
we
名军人
decide
都肩
to
负使命。
defend our
我和
land.
全营官
Every
兵
soldier
将坚决亲掌指
shoulders
挥，
certain responsibility.
矢志强
Together
兵打
with my
营，
brigade, we will always
全面
try
加
to
强练兵备
strengthen
战，
our army
全面
and
提高打赢
always
能力，
train ourselves
全
in
力以
order
赴
to have
打好攻
better
坚战，
winning opportunities.
书写奋斗
In
坚
that
军百
way, we
年，
hope to
奋进
create
强
a
军一
new
流的
chapter of
时代塔
another
院。谢谢。
100 years of history of a strong army.
谢谢。
Thank you.
媒体朋友们，
Dear
今天
media
上午开
friends,
幕会结束后，
after the
新闻
opening
中心将
ceremony
举
of
行
the
首场
NPC,
部长通道
we，will have the first
邀请
minister's
教育部、
corridor,
交通运
inviting
输
the
部、
Minister of
市场监
Education,
管总局、
Transport,
金融
Market
监管总
Supervision
局4个
Administration,
部门的
Financial
主要
Regulation
负责人参加。
Administration
欢迎
to
大
be present.
今天的首场
Please
代表
stay
通道
tuned.
到此结束，谢谢
And
各
now
位代表，
this is the end of
谢
the
谢大家，
first Deputies
再见。
corridor. Thank you.